Welcome you all for the next today's video. In the last video, we had discussed about the linear measurements, uh, where mechanical calibration of end bars. We have discussed about how to transfer the uh, uh, line standard into the end standard. Based on that, some numericals we will see in this video. For calibrating two end bars of each of 500 mm basic length, the numeric what the following what the procedure may be followed that we will discuss in here. Taking the first example, let me consider a 1 meter calibrated bar which is run to a surface plate, and it is used to calibrate for the two end bars which each is of 500 mm to form a basic length of 1 meter. When two 500 mm bars A and B are run together, it becomes a 1 meter 1000 mm, equivalent to 1000 mm bar, which is then run to a surface plate adjacent to the meter bar. We can see here, uh, we can see here the length L, which is of 1000 mm bar, which is compared with the B plus LA, which is of 500 mm bar. When it is being compared with the L, we have got some difference in the height that we can call it as, let me call it as x1. Similarly, when I am comparing the LB with the LA, I am getting from the figure I can say that LA is shorter by LB by a length of x2, that is a height x2. So if LA is equal to length of the 500 mm length bar or A, then LB is equal to the length of 500 mm length bar B, then x1 is the difference between 1 meter length bar and the combined lengths of A and B, as we discussed in the last graph, last figure. X2 is the difference in the length between bar A and B. When I am comparing the bar A and B, I am getting the difference in the height as x2. So when I am taking L as the actual length of 1 meter, then I can say that L plus or minus of x1 is equal to LA plus LB, which I can call it as equation number 1. Then from the figure I can also say that LB is equal to LA plus or minus of x2. In the previous figure it is LA plus x2. So similarly, when I am substituting the equation 2 in 1, I can get the equation as L plus or minus of x1 is equal to LA plus or minus of x2, which is equal to 2LA plus or minus of x2, or 2LA is equal to L plus or minus of x1 plus or minus of x2, or LA is equal to L plus x1 plus or minus of x2 whole divided by 2, or LB is equal to LA plus or minus of x2. The above procedure, it can be used for calibrating any kind of length standards of the same basic size. So usually for the calibrating the end bars, we are following this procedure or adopted this procedure for calibrating the end. Let me take an example with or one a numerical problem based on this, which the question is similar to a last figure itself. A calibrated meter end bar, which is having an actual length of 1000 mm, 1000 point 0003 mm. We can see here, and it is used to calibrate the two end bars A and B. Each is having a length of 500 mm. Actually, they are supposed to be 500 mm. But when I am comparing the length LA plus LB with the capital L, with the capital L, it was found to be shorter by 1000 point 0002 mm. On comparing the A with B, it was found that A is A was 0.00004 shorter than B. So LA is a shorter bar, LB is a longer bar, comparing when LA with the LB, and when both are run together and compared with the 1000 bar, which is actually having a length of 1000.0003 we are getting that shorter length by 0.0002 So what is the problem? What we have to determine? We have to determine what is the actual length of A and B. So this is how we can draw the same, we can represent it in terms of figure. The L, which is equal to 0.0003 L, this L value is given as L is equal to 1000 point 1000 point triple 03 correct. So similarly LA and LB, when I am adding and they are both are run together and comparing it with the LB and LA, when both are run together and when they are compared with the capital L, we are getting x1 shorter, which is equal to point triple zero 2 So similarly, when I am comparing LA with the LB, I am getting as, or the given question is like LA is shorter than LB, which is shorter by length of x2, which is equal to x2 is equal to point triple zero 4 triple zero 4 So now we will solve now. Now we will write it as a equation as per the procedure. L is equal to LA plus LB. LA plus LB, which is plus X1. Correct. Again we are comparing the LA with the LA with the LB here. So LB is equal to LA plus X2. Now substituting the equation 2, this equation in the equation number 1, when I am substituting it in the equation number 1, I am getting it as LA plus X1 plus X2. So L, now I am substituting for X1 and X2. X1 is equal to 0.0002 that I have substituted. X2 is equal to 0.0004 I have substituted here. Now 1000 is equal to 1000 point triple L is equal given by 1000 point 0003 So that I am also substituted here. So on simplification, 1000 point 0003 is equal to 2 LA plus 0.0006. So after substitution and simplification, when we calculate LA, it is equal to 499.99985 or LB is equal to LA plus this. Here we have got the value what is LA. Now what is the next thing is we have to calculate LB for substituting from this equation 2 we have got the LA here and we know what is X2, which is 0.0004. So on substituting yeah, LA is equal to 499.99985 plus 0.0004, will get LB is equal to 500.00025. This is how we are calculating for the LA and LB. The same procedure is adopted for calculating the end bar's actual length. This is the procedure of calibrating the end bars. So what we can understand here is like I mean to say, every time I'm saying that calibration from continuation or the basic definition of calibration is always some known standard, because we know what is the actual length of this standard length L. So we are calibrating, mean to say we are comparing the known standard with the unknown standard of what is LA and what is LB and what is LA. Also we can compare this known standards here also. So this is a procedure of calibration where we can compare the unknown standards with the. So you can try the another problem. Here there are three end bars. 100 mm each is of 100 bar are measured on a level comparator, but they are first rung together. On comparing with the 300 bar, the 300 bar has an known error of plus 40 microns. So 300 plus 40 microns is the actual length of this 300 bar. And when the three bars are rung together, they measure 64 lesser than the 300 bar. So when the each 100 bar, three different 100 bars are rung together and compared with the standard 300 bar, we are getting 64 microns lesser than the standard standard 300 bar. And what are the data which are further data given? Bar A is 18 longer than B. So 18 longer than B. So B is shorter and bar A is longer, and 23 18 microns longer than B and 23 microns longer than C. So what does it mean? Bar A is longer by a length of 18 microns than B and 23 microns than C. So bar C is the shorter one. Compared to that, bar B is longer, and compared to this, again bar A is longer. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate what is the actual length of each bar, that is bar A, bar B, and will first represent. Always the good practice is we have to represent the whole given problem in terms of a figure. That is a very good practice and we have to follow it. Then almost half of the problem is done. Here we can see the figure is according to the problem, capital L, that is a standard 300 length bar, which is equal to 300 microns plus 300 plus 40 microns. When I'm adding LA plus LB plus LC, when I'm adding, I'm getting the shorter by 64 microns. This is X1. Okay, let me call the next equation. There it was only two bars, so I have got only two equation 1 and equation 2. Here I am getting here the three equations. I am comparing the LA with the LB. When I am comparing the LA by LB, I am getting what the given problem says, LB is shorter by 18 microns. This is X2. And let me call the other equation LA with the LC. When I'm comparing the LA with the LC, LC is shorter by 23 microns. LC is shorter by 23 microns. So let me call this as a x1, x2 and x3. So you can write it in terms of three equations and simplify it. You are getting the final answer, what is LA, LB and LC. The same procedure you have to follow. I have shown it for the 2 bars, solve it for the 3 bars. Similarly, we will go with the another one which is having 4 bars. Okay. This is another example with the 4 bars A, B, C and D. Each is of 250 mm. Actually standard length of 250 mm, which need to be calibrated to a standard calibrated meter bar, that is 1000 mm, which is supposed to be, which is actually 0.0008 mm shorter than a meter, which is actually shorter than a meter. It is not exactly equal to 1 meter. It is also found that bar B is 0.0002 longer than bar A. I am compare the given problem says it is about comparing the bar A with the bar B. Bar B is longer than bar A, and bar C, the next statement is bar C is longer than bar A. Again, bar A is shorter than B as well as C, and also bar D is shorter than bar A, whereas here the bar D is shorter. So among this bar A, B, C and D, now bar D is shorter now, which okay, when I am comparing D with A, it is 0.0001 mm shorter. When I am comparing the A with the B, I am getting the given problem is 0.0002 mm longer than A. When I am comparing A with the C, the given problem says bar C is 0.0004 mm longer than the bar A, and the length of all the four bars put together, that is when I am adding for all the four bars, it is 0.0003 mm longer than the standard calibrated meter bar. Okay, so we will wrap the whole problem in terms of a figure now. What the first statement of the problem says, the L, which is a standard bar, which is actually 0.0008 mm shorter than the actual meter value. So 1000 minus 0.0008, which is equal to 999.992 mm. This is the actual length of the standard calibrated meter bar. When these LA and LB and LC and LD, when these all are run together and compared with the standard meter bar, the whole added value is longer than this standard calibrated meter bar by 0.0003 mm. So it means to say LA plus LB plus LC plus LD plus X1, which is X1 is equal to 0.0003 mm, is equal to 999.992 mm. And next is about comparing the each bars LA, LB, LC and LD. When I am saying or the problem says LIA is, when I am comparing it LB, it is 0.0002 longer. When the LC is compared with the LA, the it is the LC is longer by 0.0004 mm. When LA is compared with LD, LD is shorter by 0.0001 mm. So I am getting here equation 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So write it in terms of 4 equations and substitute for each value, and you will get what is LA value, LB, LC and LD. This is how you need to solve the problem. Okay, this is the next problem. This is when it is given for 4 bars. So this is about the when how to transfer the line standard with the end standard. Now we will discuss, or we will take an example of this end bar. End bar, it is always the best example is slip gauges, which is a standard one which is used for the linear measurements. What are the slip gauges? They are also known as Johansson gauges or gauge blocks. Johansson gauge blocks. They are generally rectangular blocks of steel having a cross section of 300 mm long and 10 mm wide, and they are most commonly used in standards in engineering practice. The size of a slip gauge is defined as the distance L between any two plane measuring surfaces, and they are parallel with respect to each other. They are finely ground. They are high grade materials which having a tolerance of 0.0005 mm according to the set zone. Okay, so sets of slip gauges which is available in the market are they are standard. They are generally made up of tungsten covered, which is highly hard and wear resistant material, because every time we have to ring the slip gauges, so obviously it has to be highly wear resistant. That's why they are made with the high hardened steels or with the tungsten carbide. The slip gauges are first hardened to resist wear and carefully stabilized so that they are independent of any subsequent variation in size or shape that they need to withstand. After being hardened, the blocks are carefully finished on the measuring faces to such a fine degree of finish, flatness and accuracy that any two such faces, when perfectly clean, may be rung together. The phenomena of ringing occurs only due to the molecular adhesion. That is, when two flat surfaces they are which are highly finished, that fine degree of finished surface is existing, then when they are rubbed together due to a molecular adhesion between the occurs a liquid film and the mating surfaces. By ringing suitable two or more slip gauges, we can add any dimensions and can build up. That is how the end standards are built up, which we have seen in the problem also. So then what is this ringing phenomena? A ringing refers to a condition of intimate and complete contact. There should not be any air gap. That is first aim with which the ringing is done. And a permanent, it is a permanent adhesion between the measuring faces, which is brought up by ringing together the surfaces without application of pressure. When the pressure is applied, the liquid film is going to break and a proper adhesion, molecular adhesion is not going to occur. That's why without the application of pressure, they need to be rubbed and then they need to attach. Assuming that the surface has been thoroughly cleaned and exhibit a good standard of flatness and smoothness. The phenomenon of ringing occurs due to the molecular adhesion. As I already mentioned, it is between the liquid film and a mating surfaces. The precision of slip gauges always it depends on the successful ringing. So if there is any gap occurs when during the ringing, then obviously it will lead to a small error. The gap between the two faces is observed to be 0.00635 microns, which is a negligible. One gauge is placed perpendicular to the other gauge and it is slided first. Two slip gauges are taken and they are kept perpendicular with respect to each other, then they are rubbed with respect to each other, and then slowly it is being twisted or rotated such a way that with each surface is parallel with respect to each other. The overall thickness of the ring gauges is equal to sum of the shell gauges. This is how a rectangular block, which we call it as slip gauge, which generally looks. So this is the ringing phenomena. First we have to keep one slip gauge perpendicular to the other slip gauge, and then we have to rub in a perpendicular direction. Once it is being rubbed and ensured that they are attached with respect to each other due to the molecular adhesion, then they need to be twisted. Once it is twisted and made parallel with respect to each two parallel surface in completely contact, then it is the ringing process is. So what are the Indian standard of slip gauges available? There are three grades. One is grade 0, grade 1 and grade 2. Grade 2 is always intended for the workshop usage during the actual production of components, tools and gauges. Whereas grade 1 is of higher accuracy and they are generally used in the inspection departments. Grade 0, it is used in laboratories and standard standard workshops, rooms or inspection rooms departments, which serves as standards for periodical changing periodical calibration and to check the accuracy of grade 1 and grade 2. It is not intended for usage regular usage. So the recommended sets in the metric units are M112, M105, M87, M50, M33 and M27. So normal set of slip gauges which is generally used is M112. The first this number indicates how many number of slip gauges are available in that given slip gauge set. Example here, let me take the example of M112 set. It comprises of like 1.0005 mm with no step. One such a slip gauge is available. Similarly, the range of 1.001 to 1.0009, which each step being 0.001. 0.001 step mean to say 1.001, 1.002, 1.003, so like that till 1.009. So total now it becomes 9 pieces. Similarly for the next range, it is 1.01 to 1.49, mean to say 1.01, 1.02, 1.03, 1.04 till 1.49. So totally it is 49 pieces. Similarly from 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, like that. In the steps of 0.5, it is still 24.5. It is total 49 slip gauge sets. And again next is 25, 25, 50, 75, 100 in the steps of 25. Obviously totally there are 4 slip gauges. So when I add the number of pieces which is available in the last column, it will become 112. That is how we need to calculate the, how we need to understand the given slip gauge set. So always it is like M112, mean to say the 112 indicates the number of slip gauge set which is available, slip gauges available in the set. So similarly for the M45, it is we can see here for 1.009 to 1.001 to 09, total slip gauge pieces are 9 in the steps of 0.001, 1.01 to 1.09 in the step of 0.01 it is 9, 1.1 to 1.9, 0.1 it is 9, 1 to 9 in the step of 1, so it is 9, 10 to 90 in the step of 10, 10, 20, 30, like that, to say till uh, uh, 90. So 10 step it is total 9, so 9 5 for 45, total 9 M45 it is. Similarly slip gauge set standard which is available here, we can see M87 for this also. Okay. In the similarly, when I go for the inch set, even the inch set of slip gauges are available. M81, M49, 81, 49, 41, 35 and 25. These are the different slip gauges. Standard 81 inch slip gauge set, we can see here 0.1001 inch to 0.1009 inches, so 0.0001 inch, so totally it is 9 pieces. Similarly 0.101 inch to 0.149 inch in steps of 0.001 inch, so it is 49 pieces. 0.05 inch to 0.95 inches, so it is total in the steps of 0.05 inches, total it becomes 19 pieces. Similarly from the 1 inch to 4 inch in the steps of 1 inch, so totally 4 pieces. When I add this, I am getting the 81 pieces. Yeah. So that is how you